So you got to be able to check our lives and do an inventory of our lives and realize that what is going on in my life. If it's masturbation, if it's pornography, you release yourself. Otherwise you say, no, I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to do it again. You put it down for a week, you pick it up again, and you even go higher. You go deeper. You go deeper. So the marine spirit is one of the major ones, especially when you live around the sea area. If you watch people who live in Tema, who live in Florida, people who live around the coastal area, there's a lot of promiscuity. There's a lot of bon ones. A lot of lust, homosexuality. There's a lot of fun. If you go to Kenya, some of the people who live around the coastal areas, there's a lot of lust. There's a lot of masturbation. There's a lot of abortion. There's a lot of promiscuity. There's a lot of cheating. Why? Because the coastal area are in charge of the marine spirit. And when the marine spirit enters into young people, they get pregnant, and then they are masturbating and they are sleeping around. So when you live around the coastal area, you got to be on fire. You got to be on fire. You got to be on fire. Because the atmosphere is ruled by the marine kingdom. It's ruled by the marine kingdom. So if you're not prayerful to condition and to create your own climate, that atmosphere will create your climate.
That's right.
Okay? Let me say it again. If you're living around the coastal areas, you don't even have to live around the coastal areas. But if you live around the coastal areas, it's more intense. And there's a marine spirit. We deal with water, the marine spirit. And that marine spirit can possess people in the city all around. That's why you watch people who live around the coast. They like party. They like sex. They like all those madness.
Fun.
They like homosexuality. If you go to Miami, everybody naked. It's a spirit. You see people around the coastal area, people are walking almost naked. It's the marine spirit manifestation in them. It's the marine spirit. They don't even see anything wrong with it because the atmosphere has created them. The atmosphere has created an appetite. The atmosphere you live in determines the appetite that comes in your mouth. That appetite must be regulated through prayer. So if you're not prayerful, you live around the coastal area, you go to church, you love Jesus, you speak in some tongues. But you realize that what they are doing, you are doing the same thing.
The way they dress up and all that.
Their sexual lifestyle.
You find yourself doing the same thing.
You are doing the same thing. The marine spirit has created an atmosphere, and that atmosphere has afflicted you. And when you live around such areas, you got to be more prayerful because when you want finances, they fight your finances. But if you're homosexual, you want to get a good job. You get a good job, man, because there's somebody out there who is at the top position, who believes in that lifestyle, who believes that, welcome to Miami, welcome to Florida, welcome to Clearwater. You can, let's go to the beach and let's have some fun. You gotta be prayerful. You gotta be prayerful before you start, having strange sex in your dream. And that is the beginning of your appetite. And when it happens like that, you justify it. That's how I am. And then it leads from one thing to the other. It's the spirit that rules over a lot of people, especially even if you're not in the coastal areas.
And because the atmosphere has been contaminated by the marine spirit, the things that you do, you see as normal, but it's not normal.
Yeah.
So the atmosphere is already been contaminated. Everything abnormal seems normal.
Yeah.
Even when people are trying to advise you, be careful the way you are dressing, be careful the way you are acting and all that. So, and there's nothing wrong with me. It's because you have been blinded and the atmosphere has contaminated your spiritual senses. So all your spiritual antennas are dead. It has subdued you because you are not spiritual. So the one thing about the marine spirit is that when they take captive over an area, if you are not spiritual, if your spiritual antennas are not high, if you are not God-fearing person, if you are not into prayer, you will find yourself doing things that you don't want to do. And because the atmosphere is already being contaminated, you are doing that thing, you don't see nothing wrong with it. You don't see anything wrong with it. Even your spiritual antennas are telling you what you are doing is wrong, but you're like, oh, no, nothing is going on. I'm just dressing. And this one, when you come to Florida, everybody's wearing shorts. I mean, the shorts is like, it's almost naked. Short. So if you are not spiritual and you are not careful, you say all in the name of the sun. It's too hot. Let me wear something short. It's too hot. And that is what the marine spirit feed on. So you are dressing like that and you are attracting the spirit of lust. You feel that you are wearing the hot shorts. It's hot. You are showing all your breasts, your back, your whole body. You feel it's hot. But in doing that, you are attracting the spirit of lust. So all of a sudden, your senses begins to change. your desire is changing. The way you love God is going cold. The way you read your word is going cold. Everything about your spiritual life is going cold. And what the enemy does is that it's a gradual process. The enemy does not rush anything on you just one time. Because the enemy knows that when he rushes on you one time, you're going to come back to your senses. So the enemy takes his time.
And ease on you.
Yeah, I like that. And he's on you. So you are wearing a capri shorts. The next day you graduate, you know, before you see yourself months, you are going down. And then months, you are going down. Before you know, you are just wearing like something, a bikini shorts. And then you are walking all over the place in the store, all in the name of his heart. It is not hard. You have contacted the spirit of lust. And that spirit of lust is causing you to do that. And as long as that spirit of lust is dominant upon your life, that spirit of lust will cause you to attract another man who also have the spirit of lust, or attract another woman who has the spirit of lust. And before you know, whether you are married or you are in a relationship, especially when you are married, you find out that your desire, you know, your desires begin to change. You are seeing things from a different perspective. So it's very important that we got to be alert. This marine spirit thing, it is real. Don't take it for granted. I know there are some teachings out there that says that, oh, there's nothing like marine spirit. You know, when you sleep and you're having sex in your dream, if you are married, it's your husband. It's a lie. It is not you. God did not say that when you get married to your spouse, have sex in your dream. So whether you are married, and I heard somebody saying that when you have sex in your dream and you are married, there's nothing wrong with it because it's your spouse. And that is not true. God says have sex physically. So anyone that you have sex spiritually in your dream is a sign that that person has married you. And you have to break free from that. Or else you cannot be stable in a relationship. Or you can never get married. Or if you are married, no money coming, nothing is coming, the marriage is not fruitful. So we got to fight this marriage spirit with all our strength. And one of the things that I do not understand is when you find a couple or a single person going through challenges and you give them all the antidotes, you give them all the spiritual medications, and you tell them, pray at midnight, get in your word, stay away from this. It's so unfortunate they will not even do it. So the same people seeking for deliverance, they are not getting